Bom, gente,
Well, people, I've already been warned, so I'll try to be fast. This is a very nice initiative. Thank you to the governor and for the initiative. And the message is very clear. Thanks to the minister and its team that are showing that they are effectively working for the Brazilian agro. So I compliment you for your actions, and I want to emphasize what Perosa said about energy in agribusiness. I will try to talk about history. Well, people usually tell stories, so that's what they ask me to do. Before I tell you a story, I'd like to say something. I've been talking a lot to Minister Favaro, the other people here, about the four new biggest challenges that are going around the world right now, that the previous panelists mentioned, which are food security, energy security, climate change, and a fourth matter that we mentioned, but it's also fundamental, that it's the matter of the poverty, which is a central theme, the problem of starvation and poverty in the world. So energetic, climate change, and social inequality will be solved through agriculture in the whole world. But we need another something which is fundamental. Now it's fundamental, this discussion with G20 about the importance of the tropical belt in the world. But I'll also involve Asia in this area. Why? Because in this area there is available land to grow, but with low technology. And they could produce not just food, but also energy and fiber. And that's the point for the future. But to get here, someone has to lead this process. And also, one more time, I'd like to thank the president of Apex, George Viana. And our story is written in this graph very clearly. Look at what happened in Brazil in the last 30 years. Look what's been happening from color to today. We've doubled the planted area, but the production only didn't grow more because of El Nino. The production grew more than 400%. So production grew 4 times more than the planted area. So that shows a lot. And Embrapa has been showing that to us. And that is the lever that will take us up higher. Technology is the base for that. The theme that Thomas cited is sustainability. Today, we cultivate 80,000 hectares. So we cultivate per year 80 million hectares. So today, if we had the same technology of the 90s, we would need 116 million hectares. So it's not a lie. We've done that with not a lot of technology. Another matter is poultry production, beef production, swine production. It's unbelievable what the investment of agriculture in Brazil and the technology has done to it. The energy in Brazil, everybody knows that today in the world we have 47 sources of renewable energies. What very few people know is that agriculture, with only 15% of biomass, and 12% of charcoal, 9% of charcoal. And it contributes with half of the renewable energy in the world. So these are matters that can make the agriculture advance. What needs to be discussed in the G20 is that Brazil cannot be considered as a rival or as a competitor or as a fighter that wants to be a lone winner. Brazil can be a transmitter of knowledge in all the areas of fiber, energy, and food. We use technologies here that nobody else has, and we could help other countries develop their technologies too, and that's a fact. Look at all these important facts. In the year 2000, we exported $20 billion, but this year we exported almost 170 billion. So 60 in the years 2000, 60% were exported to the United States, and now it's China is our bigger importer. So Asia and China grew a lot according to the graph. Note all this data in the graph. So note that we are in development. The demand has increased, and that's why Asia is buying more from us. So as you can see in our graph on the right, the time of our commercial balance. So the whole of Brazil had a positive profit of 100 billion, and it's all thanks to the agriculture. In a way that these numbers are all known, so I'll pass it quickly. So, and this is the final part. This is about the future, and this is what we need to do. First, show it to the world with clarity. Show that we are capable of advance, feed the world, not only with food itself, but also with energy, looking after the climate change and the energetic transition. We need to look at the logistics. We need to look at the money policies, rural insurance, our central bank. So, President George, you know how much we fought for this matter of the funding. No insurance company will give insurance to a producer that has no technology. Also, the private banks, they need profit, and we need some diplomatical deals. And what our minister does brilliantly, and it's spectacular. 200 commercial deals in 1 year and a half. Vison did a lot for us too. Lots of commercial deals, but it's advanced. And without these deals, we cannot guarantee the permanent market. So something that bothers me is the world production of beef and orange juice and fish. We do not export any fish meat, and it's such a growing market nowadays. Talking about fruits, we could be the third world producers, but we are fifth in exporting rates. In 10 years' time, we'll be able to export wheat, I'm sure. So we lack partnerships with the private sector for things to develop. And all of that takes me, I already ran out of time, but I need to tell you this, that this is essential. Can I have 1 more minute? This is I was a president of different classes, different areas. I've presided different areas. I worked with bridal, class representatives. I spent half of my life seeing agriculture being despised just for ignorance. People would badmouth agriculture, and that's silliness. And I've recognized this mistake when once I saw Catherine Deneuve, one of the biggest actresses in the world, who dedicated her award to the French agriculture. And people ask her, how could you do something like that? Agriculture. And she asked the interviewer, so who do you think feeds me? How do you think I'm alive? Who do you think produces my shoes? And this is a statement from Catherine Deneuve that I was sure that we were on the right track. Look, I'm an agriculture. I'm a producer of soybean and corn. And I need the scientists, I need the biologists. We need universities to have the scientists. I need tractors, I need the necessary machines. Everything I have in service and input is made in the cities. So the rural producer like me does nothing without the city. And my production goes where? To a factory, to the city, to a market, to the supermarket. The people who are going to work on the contracts, the lawyers, they are in the city. So I cannot live without the people from the city. And the people from the city cannot live without what I produce and with nothing to wear and put on their shoes without what I produce. So the truth is, we need to work united. We are pieces, equal pieces of the same society. And it's the Brazilian society and the world society. So we need to understand the importance of this relationship to be world champions of the food systems. Thank God we've been advancing a lot. So in this next to last slide, this is what I'm trying to show the importance. The organization of the productive chains. It's our job. And mine and from all of us, we need to have the adequate communication so that the world can understand what we're doing for Brazil and a consistent world policy so that the world understands what we're doing. I have no doubt, no shadow of a doubt that, and I tell these people all the time, that we can be the world champions of food security and peace promoters to the whole world. And that is the challenge. I'm already old, but I'm sure that I can manage to carry this task, but not alone. I need you all to join me in this journey. Come with me, guys, because it's worth it. Thank you very much.